Hello. It's been a while since we've done a live. Oh, hang on, I can't see you properly. It's always difficult doing this. There's always some kind of, eyeline's going to be a bit random, but it's been a while since we've been live. So, hang on, let's close that so I can see you chats. So I thought, why not? It's tea time. Tonight, I am doing a chickeny pasta-y thing with spinach because, you know, everybody else is sort of new year, new me, and they're all going healthy and what's it? Well, we're having spinach. Mainly because it was on offer and it bulks out when there's not enough chicken. Everyone loves a bit of spinach, and if they don't, I'll be covering it with pesto. I've got a leftover bottle of wine, which I think might go, but you know, when you take the lid off and it's been left for way too long, and it's got, I mean, it's all almost like fizz instead of wine, but we've got a bit of that. We're going to shove in it, a bit of garlic, and that's what I'm doing. I'm making tea. And I can have a chat with you about the things that have irritated me since we last spoke to each other, other than the Prime Minister. That's just one constant rub. I tell you what irritated me tonight. So where I live, there's a little bridge that you have to give, depending on which way you're going, you give priority to the other person to go through. And, oh, hang on a minute. Got a text message for, oh, that's ridiculous. I'll ignore that. So you give way to oncoming traffic. Now, as we're coming up, we're in the bit that has to give way to the oncoming traffic. And as we're coming up to it, somebody's already started moving. So someone's coming in and they're not quite at the bit where you give way to oncoming traffic, by which point there's three of us over the bridge. So the person that should have right of way but wasn't quite there yet is in quite a big van. Looks like a builder's van, I'm going to say, or a decorator's van, has a ladder on the top. Haven't recognised a person, and they drive to within that much of the bridge to make a point that we were coming, and they obviously thought, well, give way to me. And it's like, well, yeah, but if you're already in the process of the manoeuvre, you don't need to give way. And so this person drives, as I'm coming, I'm the last one in the stream, drives towards me and leaves about that much of space for me to get through. So I literally look and go, what are you doing? And they look at me and go, and I'm like, where? Where do you want me to get out of the way to? Seriously, have a look around you. You've almost blocked me in. There's a tiny bridge behind me. You've squeezed me in to make your point. What do you, I mean, I can sit here. It's fine. I've got my heated seat on. The heater's upheated. We are defrosted. You look as though you've been in your car for about 10 minutes. You don't look as defrosted as me. I'm happy. And I've got the Archer's omnibus on. I can sit here and listen to what's going on with George Grundy for as long as you like, which isn't good, by the way. I don't know what's going to happen with that. So yeah, that was my irritation. And it doesn't cost much, does it? It doesn't take much just to go, oh, sorry, I'll back up, or we're a bit stuck. They actively moved forwards. Actively tried to push us out of the way. Fuck off. Excuse my language. But it just was like, why? Why do you need to do that? There's enough going on in the world without idiots in vans trying to prove right of way when A, they don't have it, and B, there was no need for it. So there you go. That was my irritation doing. Oh, and the other irritation, parking. So when somebody parks in a slightly diagonal off-center space, so you know the spaces that go like that, not the space that's not that space, that kind of space, and they park slightly straight in that kind of space, so you can't get in the one in the middle of it, and then person one down parks a bit like that but not like that, so you've effectively got four spaces that you can't use. Does my nutting, and it's always in the school car park. But my kids are like, please don't be that mum that gets out the car. But I feel like I want to be that mum that gets out the car and says, I know this is not a driving school, but it is a school. So could we educate ourselves on driving and parking? Anyway, I digress. What are your comments? I'm waiting for the F-bomb, makes my day. I think we've already had that. Not too bad here in southern England. Oh, cheers, saucy. Saucy. I am making a sauce. Thank you very much. Am I warm? Well, we weren't last night. So the condenser pipe in the central heating froze, which I think says everything. So obviously I've not been using the central heating because I don't want to pay for the central heating, because the central heating is being expensive, and I'd rather spend money on paying all the other stupid bills that I've got to pay. So I haven't been using it, but last night it was -6. So on went the heating. So I thought, oh no, it didn't. I mean, it's panto season again. Oh yes, it did. I've turned it on. Oh no, it's not hot. Oh yes, it is. Oh no, it isn't. Oh no, it wasn't. But luckily, Mikey, our plumber, who has done lots of work for us in the past, got a text at 8:20 from the other half going, any chance you can swing by tomorrow? We've got the vortex heaters. Well, we've got 2 of them, and I was going to play dibs with the kids who was going to get them. But Mikey, the love that he is, came out, sorted the frozen condenser pipe out, and we actually had heating. I mean, and now I don't know what to do. Do I keep it on so it doesn't freeze again? But I'm like, well, no, not at that cost. So yes, we are cold. This is my Arga, which keeps us warm. And before anyone says, I always cut meat with scissors. Why would you cut it with a knife? It's so much easier, particularly if you don't need it to be very pretty. Do it with scissors. It's quicker. It's easier. There's less washing. Well, there's not less washing up, but you know what I mean. So we've had a bit of snow. The forecast keeps changing, sort of like Keir Starmer's lies. Every 2 seconds you look and it's something different, and it bears no resemblance to what it was 5 minutes ago. So we thought we were going to have snow today. We thought we were going to have snow tonight, but that's not materialised. But it is brassic, isn't it? I mean, it's that proper in your bones. Everything feels cold. Even the dogs don't want to go out. And I get a bit paranoid about that with freezer burn. I don't want their paws to get freezer burn. Who's saying that? Use scissors a lot in the kitchen, always for chicken, yeah. And I tell you what, always for sausages. If you put sausages in pasta, they're really good. Because if you cut raw sausages with scissors, or the middle bit, or with... what's the other one that's not scissors? Knives. All the middle bits come out, but if you do it with scissors, they don't. I thought you were calling her saucy instead of referring to me. Saucy Mikes. Hello, Saucy Mikes. I thought someone was calling me saucy. Now, I was having a chat over Christmas about Amanda Holden, and I feel like I owe Amanda Holden an apology. I was a bit disparaging about her face. Hang on 1 second while I just go and get the raw chicken off my hand. Bear with. So Amanda Holden was on, I love watching her and Alan Carr, absolutely love it. And they were doing their Grease thing. And I said, her face, I can't even remember what I said, but I was like, it's the youngest bit on her. And it is. And she's obviously had a lot of work done. And I feel like she doesn't look as good as she did. She was in we were watching the old Agatha Christie's the other day, because I find the telly's depressing as well. I haven't started the Traitors yet. Nobody tell me what's happened. I want to watch it with my youngest. She's already watched 2, so she's jumped ahead of us, which I think is a bit out of order. But anyway, so I haven't caught up with it. But there's not much else on the box. So we were watching the old Agatha Christie's with Geraldine McEwen, and Amanda Holden was in one. And she was, I mean, this has got to be 30 years old. So beautiful. Like slightly crooked teeth, but really charming crooked teeth. Just lovely, 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 lovely. You can always tell how posh someone is when they mention they have an Arga. It's not posh. If you buy an old house, most of these days you get an Arga with it. And this actually isn't an Arga, it's an Everhot. But anyway, we digress. I call it an Arga because no one knows what an Everhot is. But Amanda Holden, slightly crookedy teeth and what's it? And just beautiful. And as she's aged, she's changed bits. So her face hasn't aged because she's changed bits of it. And she just doesn't look as lovely. Anyway. I wasn't very kind about her face. I was a bit mean, and I feel like I ought to take it back, because she's actually, the more I watch her, she's a lovely person with a lovely sense of humour who can laugh at herself. And yeah, so I'm sorry, Amanda. And regardless of how much work you've had done, you still look better than I do. So people in, I should not people in glass houses, because I haven't had any work done. But you know what I mean? You look better than me, and I think we're the same age. Hello from Alaska. Hello, Alaska. How are you? Oh, that's exciting. I love it when we get people from overseas. I really do. What's going on in Alaska? Oh, send us some ditties about what everyone thinks about Trump and Venezuela, if you dare. I mean, you might be, I don't know, silenced fairly quickly. But that would be interesting. If I dismiss somebody else, more saucy than Amanda. Why don't I get DIY solar? We're not allowed it. We're in a listed building. My dad's got solar, and I'm not sure you've got to have a long lifespan before you get any money back from that, and a lot more sun. And don't start me on spraying the skies in the summer. Don't start me on that. So no, I'm not doing solar. I'm sorry. And I will use my listed building as an excuse. And before someone says, you're so posh, you've got an Arga and you live in a listed building. When the listing man came round, you'd have thought that we lived in Belton House. That's like a very grand house, or Burley House, very near to us. Absolutely stunning. Like massive big mansions, architectural prowess. I think they've both got, what's the face gardens? Oh, the famous one that did all the gardens. Well, that's going to really bother me. Come on, somebody remember. Who did all the good gardens? It'll come to me. Anyway, honestly, this is a farm worker's cottage. This bit of the house is 16 something and the front bit of the house was added on. But it is really not anything worth listing. I don't know why they did. It was in the 80s. Everything had to be listed. Our house was one of them. But Capability Brown, that's it. That's the one. But anyway, we're not allowed to do anything with it. I mean, you can't breathe on it without getting some kind of... And it's stupid because we would do anything sympathetically, but wood goes rotten. We get all manner of problems because we can't actually rectify them. Anyway, that's a boring story. I'm not going solar. I can't have a heat pump. I don't want a heat pump anyway. Respects people's decision to have whatever work done on themselves, but it doesn't set the standards for our young. Yeah, I think the young are actually working it out. My daughter is. She can see it a mile off, and she feels a bit sorry for them. But yeah, if they want to do it, they want to do it. So come on then, let's have the questions. This is my favourite bit. I try and answer as many as I can. My beloved ex is still a head turner and all natural, and she's 55 now, and that's good. Trump's wiggling his flag around again. Eek. No, I haven't watched any of that. I haven't watched Trump. I've had lots of people, because I've been out and about in the car, lots of people telling me that he did an hour or something. And I don't know what the jury is on that one. I don't know how I feel about that. It might surprise a lot of people that I don't necessarily think it was the wrong thing. Don't. I need to do some more research into it. You've got exposed stonework, so you're definitely posh. Well, there's two ways to look at it. There's exposed stonework, so definitely posh, or couldn't pay the plasterer to finish the job. I'll let you decide. Come on, I want some more questions. I like your questions. I like it going, oh, it's cold and snowy. Where is it cold and snowy? Kelly Osborne is looking frail. Oh, Louise and Brian, hello from France. Bonjour, comment ça va? Kind of stops there. Whereabouts in France are you? Now, how is it in France? Because lots of people over here are saying they're going over there. Lots of people over here are saying they've had enough of being in the UK and they want to go over to France. Would you recommend it? I really liked that Dick and Angel programme, Return to the Chateau. I thought that was very good. And it did look appealing, but honestly, the French, no. Je ne parle France. Je ne pas parle France. Oui, non? Who knows? My other half wants to live in Annecy. Goes on about it all the time. He's obsessed with Annecy. On the lake, Lac du Annecy. I'm not so bothered. Right, hang on. So we've got Alaska. We've got France, but we don't know where in France. It's cold and snowy, but we don't know. -9 today, feeling -13. God, yeah, that is good. Is that Wisley? Oh no, Titchmarsh. It wasn't Titchmarsh. Are you scared of driving in the snow? Me personally, I was having a blast in my little yellow car sliding back everywhere. No, I'm not. I'm not scared of driving in the snow, but I'm still in the Land Rover. So because nothing shifted on that, it's about the only time of year where the Land Rover is worth having. And if it comes face to face with something, it's not the end of the world, is it? I'm not going to cry. I mean, that would be the dream. So no, I'm not. I don't mind driving in the snow. Brittany Le Maine. We went to Brittany. I turned vegetarian in Brittany for 3 years. We stayed in a beautiful gîte. And there was a dog there called Aldo. I adored him. Yeah, it was lovely. Well, hello to Brittany. I hope it's not as cold there as it is. In Devon, burning dead tree logs by the ton. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I mean, what's going to happen when they do start taxing us for our fires? How are we going to do this? How are we going to keep warm? And, you know, so many people have raised so many good points about what if you live in a high-rise building, where you're going to put your heat source pump then? You know, it just doesn't work. None of it works. I'm just out of my bed. Don't blame you, Alan. Hello from Chile, Riyadh. Wah, shut up. As if, but hello to Riyadh. That's exciting. I used to live in an old house way out in the sticks on the Isle of Wight. Missed the place. We went to Ventnor 2 years ago in the Isle of Wight. Very nice it was too. Although I have to say, they could do with a little bit of investment. It was looking, I went to the Isle of Wight years and years ago, Shanklin Sands and Black Gang Chimes on a school trip. They need some investment, but it is very beautiful. William Wilson. So many people say you're just like Katie Hopkins. It really irritates me. I am nothing like Katie Hopkins. Not because I have a problem with Katie Hopkins, but we have very different humour and a very different vocabulary. She says the C word, and I will not condone that. She does make me laugh sometimes. I don't actually really watch much of her though. So, feeling minus 26 in Reading. I'm sorry to... oh, God. Sorry to hear that. I typed your name into YouTube and an old video with me and Rolf Harris came up. Yeah, he came on Kids Telly, CBBC, years ago. Oh, Brittany, yes, it's very pretty, very cold. Apparently, it's the coldest Christmas they've had in years. Hello, Liverpool. Oh, can I do my Liverpool accent? Would you mind, or will it offend you? Oh, no, it's not Liverpool. No, it's my Newcastle one. Kawasaki and conjunctivitis. But I did used to be able to do Liverpool because I used to watch Bread. Gotta get up, gotta get out. Oh, Jerry, that's right. That was my Liverpool. And she always used to go, oh, Jerry. And I love it. I love the Liverpool accent. I could listen to it for hours and hours and hours. It's warm. It's encapsulating. That's such a stupid word, but you know what I mean. It's friendly. I love it. Wool clothing is the way to go. Yes, it is. What do I think of Trump's invasion and what does this mean for NATO and World War III? Oh, that's a meaty question when I'm cooking dinner. So I said a minute ago, I'm on the fence. Venezuela was a ticking time bomb in my... I don't know enough about it. I got to research it more. I've got to find out about it more. In my limited knowledge of what was going on in Venezuela, it was a ticking time bomb. And it was waiting to happen. My issue that I've got is how it's been done, and it flies in the face of everything that's happening in Ukraine and Putin, doesn't it? So it's almost regardless of whether you agree with what's going on in Venezuela or not, it's an absolute cluster of fuck with what's going on in the Ukraine. So love the Bridget Phillipson impression you do. I do not accept that. She talks like that all the time, doesn't she? Oh no, I do not accept those figures. It doesn't actually sound anything like her. But no internet for 5 days killed you. God, that sounds awful. Seems like a lot of stag and hen do's in Newcastle all the time. Brookside. No, it wasn't Brookside. It was Bread. I did watch Brookside a little bit, but it was Bread. Linen base layer. If you have hot flushes, then wool next. I don't have hot flushes at the minute. I am at that age where I could possibly, but my mum didn't have hot flushes. And I, so far, seem to have got away with it as well. Now, I bet Nigella would never tell you that before she puts some pesto on, if you half open a pesto and put it in the fridge, it does last forever, but sometimes it gets a bit fur on it. So if you just get the fur off the top, it sort of acts as a seal. But I don't think that's probably anything anyone would tell you on an actual cooking programme. So as long as the people in Venezuela get a better deal for it, it's a really tricky one, isn't it? I think we're going to have to wait and see what happens over the next few days. I feel like the people of Venezuela are the last ones that are going to get a good deal out of this, if I'm totally honest. This is the wine I was talking about at the beginning. So it's been in the fridge for 6 weeks. When I open it, is it going to pop like a cork? A little bit. Can't drink it. God, no. Venezuela. Can I be one of those really irritating people and sit on the fence a little bit? Basically, my gut feeling is it couldn't carry on as it was. The people of Venezuela weren't being looked after. It was a mafia-run country. It was a terrorist-run, well, not terrorist-run country. Something needed to happen. Do I think it was the right way to do it? I don't know. And that's the bit that someone much cleverer than me is going to tell me. Venezuela had to be dealt with. It took a real man to do it. Oh, gosh. Russia and the US to align. Yeah, that's my worry. And this is the thing. It's not necessarily Venezuela. That was kind of like always going to happen. It's more, what does it say to the rest of the world? But, you know, anyway, let's talk. We can't talk about that just yet because that's a bit depressing. And at this time of night, nobody needs that, do they? And particularly people that are doing dry January. If you start talking about things like Venezuela, everybody will be reaching for the bottle and drowning their sorrow. So let's not. Let's stick with what's going on in homegrown soil and freezing rail fares for the 3 people that use them. That'd be really useful. Hands up if you use. The wine will be off. I know it's off, but it doesn't really matter because it's only like vinegar. And I'm using it as a glaze for my pan. So what am I making? I am making chicken and bacon with some mouldy off white wine and a bit of mouldy off pesto. And then I'm putting some creme fraiche and some spinach in it. And we're having it with pasta. How does that sound? Loads of garlic and it'll be fine, won't it? I mean, I know lots of people say if you wouldn't drink it, you shouldn't cook with it. I get that, but I'm not going to throw it away, am I? I mean, that's like quite a lot. You're not going to throw that away. You've got to do something with it. It's a complete waste. Just had a McDonald's. Nice. Now, here we go. Here's a bone of contention. Drive-throughs, fast food. It's an oxymoron. It's neither fast and you can't drive through them. What you do is you drive. Well, so you go through a big queue for a start, certainly at R1. They're queuing all the way back. So you can have a good 15 minutes before you get to the window. Hello, are you using the app today? Seriously, no, I'm just like fighting for my life. I'm starving, hungry. I could eat my arm. The app has nothing to do with it. Can I just please order some food? What would you like today? And because my lot all have different, so we have to have a plain cheeseburger, no relish. We have to have a plain cheeseburger meal, no relish, with a side order of ketchup. The chicken wrap thing, barbecue chicken wrap with no mayonnaise or whatever it is. You know, I mean, it's all just like different stuff. So anyway, they take your order. Okay, can you go through to the next window, please? It's literally like sitting on the M25. 20 minutes later, you're at the next window and they take your payment. And then you have to go and sit in a bay. Can you just go over to bay 3 and we'll bring your food out for you? But I thought this was fast food. I thought this was a drive-through, but it appears to be a park at and not a drive-through. And then it's not fast, it's slow food. So that's annoyed me. We've got pork casserole in the slow cooker, non-halal, very good. Just munched some lasagna and garlic bread and they went down a treat. Would I ever move to London? No, I used to live there. I lived in, where did I live? Hampstead, Belsize Park, Kentish Town, Finsbury Park, which backwards is Crappy Rubsniff, and Wandsworth Town. And then I moved over to Hong Kong and I didn't want to move back to London when I came back. It's not my bag. I liked it. I love going to London. I love visiting, but I don't like living. If that answers your question. 10-minute wait for a fillet of fish, absolutely. I mean, and then you're not hungry anymore, are you? Then you don't want it. It does sound like Argos. What? I don't know if I can read that out or not. Yeah, I won't. Make my own burgers, so know what's in it. Yeah, well, I often do make burgers, but there are times, particularly over the Christmas period, where we've had to rely on the Golden Arches because I've not had much time. And food in the fridge, you know what it's like at Christmas. It's the only time of the year where well, actually Christmas and Easter, when the fridge is full, but you can't eat any of it. So don't eat that. Don't touch that. Leave that. That's for Christmas Day. Leave that. That's for Christmas Eve. Don't have that, please. That's for Boxing Day. So there's like a completely full fridge and the kids are starving. Mummy, is there anything to eat? Well, there is, darlings, but it's not coming from the fridge. So we did. We had, and I think we had 3 McDonald's. I know. And they're so bloody expensive. I mean, I remember when it was like £1 or something. And I literally nearly fell out the car in my parking space for the non-drive-through when she was like, at the next window, that's £16.50. I'm like, what? So like a plain burger, a chicken wrap thing, and my cup of tea? No. Feel so bleak at the moment with regards to jobs and economy, I know. And lots of people being made redundant. Any words of support? Do you know what? Yes, Paul. We're all in it together. And I really hear you because doing what I do, both as a training counsellor and as doing this YouTube channel, I speak to a lot of people a lot of the time and hear a lot of what we're all thinking and feeling. And it is bleak and it is scary. It's frustrating. It's annoying. It's all the feels, isn't it? But we are all in it together. And I know That doesn't make it better, because it doesn't help with, you know, us all being in it together doesn't help getting a job when there isn't a job to get, and it doesn't help being freezing cold, but it does at least provide a little comfort that we're not going mad. This isn't something we did. This wasn't our fault. It's just a statement of fact. It is crap out there at the minute, and it's cold, it's bleak, we're being taxed into oblivion. All the little enjoyment things that we could have in life are not there anymore. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow, and I can't tell you all the feels that it's brought up, which is, A, she's going to be 14, and that should be a really exciting age, and all of these lovely things in the future to go through. But yeah, in this country, would you want to? And then there's the cost, you know, she's too old for a birthday party now, but we can't do a birthday party. We're not going out for tea. We're having special tea at home. You know, all of those things that a few years ago wouldn't have been the forefront of my mind, wouldn't have been the worry, but it is now the worry, and it's crap. But I hear so many people say and feel like this, that I think we do have to really hold on to the fact that we're not alone in this. So it doesn't make it better, but we are together. Right. Live in Kent and work in London, spend so much on the trains, and I'm not sure how the fare freeze is helping much. Well, it won't be helping you, because you'll be getting the promotional fees, and the freeze doesn't apply to the promotional fees. It only applies to the standard normal fares. So it actually doesn't apply to anyone. It literally applies to about 20 people. That's a bit of hyperbole, but you know, it's just another headline grabber from a crap government who are going downhill so fast that they've got no other way to get out of it. So they're clinging on to the tiniest little bit that they've got, which is shit. I remember McDonald's in the 80s when you were served by actual people with a smile. Yeah, and do you know what? Did you ever go to the McDonald's birthday parties? So I can remember having, I can't say their names, but one friend had one on a Saturday and one friend had one on a Sunday. My mum and I had to choose because she didn't want me to have McDonald's twice over the weekend. But it was Ronald McDonald's ship in Nottingham, in the one just off Market Square, and there was the longest ship competition. I mean, it was the most exciting thing, and you all got your Happy Meals on a tray. I mean, do you remember Wimpy? Now, Wimpy was a thing, wasn't it? That's really where it was at. There's dinner, by the way. I'm not putting the creme fraiche until later. I mean, I am no Nigella, but it's all right, isn't it? Oh, can I show you the Guinness pack? Well, I haven't iced it, but of course I can show you. Hang on. Now, I'll be totally honest, it's not Guinness. It's stout. Because they didn't have any Guinness. And then the Guinness that they did have was a 4-pack, and I didn't want a 4-pack. And normally you can get it just by the bottle, but they didn't have it by the bottle. I thought, well, I'm not buying a 4-pack because I probably won't make another one for a long time, and no one drinks Guinness. So I've done it with stout. So we'll have to see. But I suspect what's going to happen is everyone's going to say, just get Guinness and make them over the summer. So we'll see. But that is the Guinness cake for tomorrow, which needs icing. And she's asked for Colin the caterpillar too. So there you go. Ta-da, the Guinness cake. Right. Surely it cannot be too long before Farage is in number 10. Who says that? I do feel his prediction of 27 general election is accurate. Please, God, make it happen. I hope that Farage gets in while Trump is in office. I don't know that's going to happen. We'll have to watch this space. It won't be Labour. That much I know. It will not be Labour, and particularly from his video today. I'm not sure. Farage is a dead winner. I remember McDonald's ashtrays. Oh, my God. Do you remember? Yeah. People used to smoke in there. Coffee stout from Aldi. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Now, a Wimpy. When you went to a Wimpy, that was posh because it came on a plate, didn't it? So it was a burger and chips or whatever you had on a plate. I mean, I think my parents were they weren't strict. We didn't have a lot of money really to be spending on stuff like that. So if we had anything, it would be fish and chips from the lobster pot on the way home from a swimming gala. But if we were sort of out in town where there was a Wimpy or something, Mum would always say, well, we'll have sandwiches when we get home. We didn't really eat out very often, but on the very rare occasion, like where a Wimpy would be, but on the very rare occasion that we did, my mum always liked it because you get a cup of tea in a proper cup. Honest to God. What's the way forward with the UK? What 3 to 5 priorities would you pursue to get the UK going again? I'd start on bloody defence at the minute. That's exactly where I'd be right now, would be defence. I would cut welfare. I'm really sorry. I would. That's going to make me very, very unpopular. And building's one that I hold quite close to my heart, because I feel like we put a lot of emphasis on building new houses, whereas I feel like we've got these beautiful town structures in lots of places with the infrastructure set up and a lot of derelict old houses. And because it's cheaper to build a new one than it is to renovate an old one. But actually, I'd be renovating towns. I'd be renovating old houses. Hello, dogs. Yeah, I mean, there's loads of priorities. There's loads of stuff I'd be looking at. The NHS would be first and foremost. Who's that? It's the nearly 14-year-old skulking around. Do you want to see somebody? Hang on a minute. Look who it is. He's the sausage. He's Nonage. Tank has gone home. Her son came to stay. He's gone home. Here is Nonna's. She's come to say hello. Wimpy was my first experience of fast food when I went to university in Newcastle. I'm going to Wimpy. I moved to South Africa and they have a Wimpy here. Nothing is fast as they cook it all to order. Well, this is the point. It's not fast food anymore, is it? It's slow food. It's slow food and it's not a drive-through. It's a park-in. Advanced UK. Ben Habib is saying all the right things. Yeah, now this is the thing. Lots of them are saying the right things. And this is why I don't think reform's a done deal. I feel like we need to see a bit more. We need to see a little bit more action over word and bluster, which is very difficult when you're sort of not in government, but there are ways around it. So yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more from all of them. Oh, look, you've had a comment. Shiny and healthy looking sausage. She says, I am a shiny and healthy sausage. I can't pick you up. You're a big dog. Beetle wants to say hello. She's a very, very good girl. She was, honestly speaking, as a puppy, an absolute horror. But now she's a good dog. And she has had lots of babies. It's very sweet. My Cavaliers have loved having Tank. Tank, bless him. He was such a good boy. I nearly cried when he went today. The Labradors just keep sleeping. Well, hang on a minute. If you want to say hello, you can say hello to a Labrador. Here we go. There's Beetle. Beats, can you do wagging? Look at that. Good girl. And look, here is Pixie. You sit. Sit nicely. Good girl. These are the OGs. So this is Mummy to Beetle. And she's Mummy to Badger. And she's Mummy to lots of little babies. And there's the sauce. And they are all best friends. Hang on a minute. Betty! Come on, big boy. There's Badger. Badger, can you sit and say hello? Can you do... Oh, look. He says, I am such a good dog. Now, Badger doesn't really know what he is, do you? You're not sure if you're a dog or if you're a cat or if you're a sausage or you're a human, but Badger can do wagging and smiling and very good at it he is too. Anyway, I'm probably making you all feel a bit seasick there. Why cut welfare? You only get 400 a month on you could live. Yeah. It's too long a conversation to have. We'll do our very own live stream on all of those, but I do have to go because I've actually got to do dinner. So I promise you I'm not skirting that. Would I consider doing a house tour video? God, no, absolutely. Someone said to me the other day, your house is always quite tidy. I'm like, that's because I only show you these bits. Show you the real mess. No. Well, my kids wouldn't let me in their bedrooms. You absolutely do not want to see the state of ours. Is all right, actually. My other half, oh my God, my other half. I love him very much. I do love him very much. He's the most untidy man I've ever come across in my life. So if you have anything at the end of the bed, blanket box, basket, any kind of piece of furniture, and just put stuff on it. Any surface, he'll find stuff to put on it. It doesn't matter what it is or where it is. He literally he's everywhere, and he doesn't finish a job and he doesn't put anything away. So I spend a lot of time going and finishing jobs and putting things away and undoing what he's done. And yeah, no, you don't want a house tour. I'll give you a garden tour in the summer. That always looks quite nice. Fabulous dogs. Oh, thank you. I do love my dogs very much. I think, and actually, that keeps me going. My dog walks, and being with my dogs when it is so absolutely rubbish out there, they make it all okay. Yes, you do. Even though, God, they stink at the minute. Absolutely reek. Oh, happy birthday for my daughter. Thank you very much. I'm getting the word. Lucky man. Honestly, none of them think they are. That's very kind of you to say. I think they'd have a lot to say. Bog roll all over the bathroom. So our toilet roll holders are long sticky things, and then there's a little thing at the top where you can put your toilet roll. They're brass, but they're not brass, are they? They're from B&M, but they look like they were brass, and I love them. So basically, you have 4 toilet rolls on the sticky thing, the spare ones, and then the one that's in use. When the one that's in use has been used, none of them empty the empty toilet roll holder. None of them. They just start using the ones from the sticky thing at the bottom where you keep the spare ones. So and I appear to be the only person that has any kind of toilet roll management. I mean, I am the manager of everything in this house. I mean, fucking everything. So you could go into the kids' bathroom and there'd be an empty one on the top where it's supposed to be the one that's actually in use, and then 3 empty ones, and then one that's being used from the bottom because they're all too fucking lazy to change it. Drives me mad. Bye-bye to the French. Bye-bye. Au revoir to Brittany. Remember when people used to say, I can speak French, I can speak it very well. I did pantomime with Arthur Bostrom, who was the English-speaking policeman in Hello, Hello. Hello, Hello, I was pissing by your door. And it just makes me laugh how in the 80s, people, I can speak French very well. I can speak German very well. Oh, yeah. We all just basically say English words in their accent. It's quite funny. When can we see the star jumper again? Oh, well, I saved that. I don't cook in that. The star jumper is my posh jumper. I got that for Christmas. It's from mint velvet. All of my other jumpers, apart from this, actually, I got this one. This is new look. My sister bought me this for Christmas, but my posh mint velvet one, it's for special occasions, because all of my other clothes are supermarket clothes. Literally, I don't own anything unless it's F&F, Georgia Asda. My favourite is 2 and Morrison's Nutmeg. So I would never, ever cook in my, well, I say never, ever. You watch, give it a week and I'll be cooking it. But I don't like things smelling of cooking stuff. And then if you wash a jumper, it never looks the same again, does it? So you'll not see me wearing that to cooking. What else? Do I have the toilet paper hanging down the back, or I know what you're saying. I'm going to show you with the kitchen roll. Hang fire. Imagine this kitchen roll is the toilet paper. The question I've been asked is, do I have it hanging over the front or over the back? Always, always the front. And I say that for 2 reasons. One, that's always how we had it, but I was a chambermaid when I was 14 for Hillary, who had the bed and breakfast in our village. And she was very particular about how the toilet roll went, and it always went at the front, and you put a little V in the middle. Front is best. Front. Yeah, everyone's front. Good morning. I was pissing by the door. Remove the toilet paper holders. You will soon be appreciated. Yes, that's very good. Disagreements over the direction of the roll are leading to a cause of divorce over here in the. I'm sorry, but it's always over the front. Always, 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 always. I'm afraid there is a correct way. Right. On that note, as much as I can say, and I literally could stand here and talk to you all night. It's my favourite thing, and I did miss you all over Christmas because I did some lives, and then I didn't do some lives because I was lost in Christmas and lost in being cold and all of that kind of crap. And yeah, so we didn't get to do many lives, but now I've got, well, I say I've got a bit of time. I haven't got a bit of time at all, but I had a bit of time this evening and wanted to say hello, and I will try and do some more. And before anyone says, please, will you warn us before you do a live? I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to, but that requires forward planning and thinking, and it's not a thing. It's not my forte. Used to have it at the front until my kitten realised what great fun it is to enroll to. Yeah, now that is the thing. Kittens and puppies. Stanley the cat used to do that. Shouldn't my Christmas lights be down? These aren't Christmas lights. These are the all year round lights. I get so many comments on my lights and about me moaning about paying the electricity bill all the time. And then people go, but you've got so many lights. How can you possibly moan? Because they're all energy saving lights. And these, can you see? You see that there? Hang on, there. That's a wire that should have a light attached to it, but we ran out of money, time and inclination, so we didn't bother. So it's just there. But the ceiling lights cost a fortune. And so lamps and lights like this cost way less. So that's why I've got those. So they're not Christmas lights. They are all year round lights. Thanks very much. That's the on the toilet paper. It's the way it's done for guests at Windsor Castle. So if it's good enough for the late Queen, it's good enough for me. But does that mean you've been to Windsor Castle? Have you been a guest there? Oh my God. Tell us if you have. Hello, Florida. Oh, hey there. That's not Florida, is it? I'm no good at American accents. Florida. I'd need to think of somebody that was from Florida. Anyway, my friends go there in the summer. Love it. Think it's amazing. I've never been. I've only been to America once. I've been to New York for my 40th birthday. Don't forget I know I'm wearing both sets of glasses. I always do. Oh, bless Stanley. Would you like to see something? Because he's not gone. Hang on. So Stan sits next to me on the kitchen sink where he used to spend many, many times, as you all know, licking out of the tap. So I have him on the windowsill, and my dad made this for me. I don't know if you can see it. My little daddy made that. Isn't that lovely? It's supposed to go in the ground on a plant, but I have it next to him there, and I love him. Absolutely love it. So little Stanley, he came home. Oh, don't. And I've got him back. I do miss him quite a lot. Yeah, it is lovely to see Stan back home. Your late docs are all with my boxes and frames. Yeah, do you know what? I mean, we mustn't laugh, but in my snug, I've got the dogs, the horse, the puppies. I've got all the animals. It's like a pet cemetery, but I can't not have them. I can't not have them with me. Oh, you've got horses, ponies, and dogs. Yeah. The horses take up quite big boxes, aren't they? But yeah, once I get them back, I always feel like we can breathe, and it feels like they're home again. And my dad's little thing, he just had he said he just had this little thing in his workshop, and just did it. And there is one more star in the sky, and I do think of him all of the time. Right, I'm going to start crying now, so I'm going to go. It's been lovely. We will do it again. To you all, you're awesome. You're properly my friends. We will chat very soon. Thank you, by the way, for sticking with this channel and for liking, subscribing, and sharing and all the bits. It means an awful lot. And every time I see a new subscriber, mentally in my head, I see a cheeky to the government. There you go. Keep that in your thought. Right. Lovely to chat. Have a nice dinner, everybody. I will see you very soon. Or have a nice evening if you've had your dinner. Oh, and last thing. Oh, honestly, I'm a nightmare for this. Watch Bad Sisters. It's hilarious. Absolutely one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. Right. I really am going. See you soon.